Sunny skies, crystal clear waters, and whitewashed houses is something that comes to mind when you think of Greece, right? Well, if you're thinking of moving there, just know that it's a reality that is achievable with a bit of patience, planning, and paperwork. So keep on watching as I go over your most frequently asked questions about how to move to Greece from the US. Welcome back to the She Hit Refresh YouTube channel. And if you're new here, my name is Seppi, rhymes with Peppy from SheHitRefresh.com. And I help women age 30 and over break free from a life of routine to move abroad or travel the world long term. Which is exactly what I did in 2015 when I moved from Texas to Spain at 35 years old. It's now been 7 years, and I have to say, I don't think I'm gonna be going back anytime soon. And if you're here, you're probably thinking of making a similar move. So first, I want to thank you for checking out my channel. On this channel, I talk about moving abroad specifically for US citizens. And I'd love to invite you to like this video, turn on notifications, and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on any future move abroad content. So Greece is so much more than just a summertime beach destination. What makes living in Greece appealing is everything from its culture, natural beauty, welcoming people, delicious food, and its location close to so many incredible countries nearby. But before I jump into talking about Greece today, I just want to give my weekly shout out. And this week's shout out goes to Robin, who commented on my video, Moving to Portugal from the US. And Robin says, age 50 plus and thinking of moving to Portugal, likely with my teen and young adult children, trying to figure out what areas to look at on a scouting trip. Incredible, Robin. Well, I just love that you're making the move at age over 50. At She Hit Refresh, we're all about empowering women over 30 to move abroad. So I just want to remind everyone out there, it is never too late to make that move. And I just love that you want to take your family with you. There are so many incredible places to consider when moving to Portugal. I guess it's important to think about what kind of lifestyle you guys want to have and what you want to have access to. If you're looking for a city, Lisbon and Porto are the places to go. But there are so many other rural places to move to, and also a lot of beach towns that you can look into as well. All right, so thank you so much, Robin. And if anyone out there is interested in getting a shout out, all you gotta do is leave a comment or question below, and you never know, you might be my next shout out. All right, so let's dive in and talk about moving to Greece from the US. I'm gonna go over your most frequently asked questions and hopefully give you some tips if you're a beginner looking to make that move. So question number one is how to move to Greece. Luckily for US citizens, you do have options when moving to Greece, so let's talk about some of those visa options. Of course, as with most places in Europe, if you are a US citizen, you can only remain in a country for 90 days on your tourist visa. So if you're looking to move to Greece, you will have to obtain one of the following visas. And the first one is a student visa. So if you're looking to study in Greece, that is an option for you to do. But if you aren't looking to study, then maybe a work visa would be a good fit for you. But I'm gonna stress this, as I do in all of my videos, that obtaining a work visa in Europe for a US citizen is very, very difficult. So I wouldn't count on this as a path to living in Greece. You will have to check and see. There are some specific industries that are in demand that might help your case. And those would be anything from a teacher, archaeologist, of course, and hospitality trades. The next visa is one of the most easiest and most popular, and that is the non-lucrative or retirement visa that Greece offers. So the main requirement for this visa is having a proof of funds to support yourself. So the tricky part about this, though, is that that proof cannot be in a salary. So the income that you're making from your job will not count towards this visa. You're going to have to show your proof of income in other ways, such as your Social Security, pensions, 401k. There is a list of other sources that you can use to meet the requirements of this visa. But in September 2021, Greece hopped on that digital nomad visa train and offered their own. So now remote workers can now live and work remotely in Greece on the DNV visa. And last but not least is the Golden Visa, which is something similar is offered in many countries in Europe. And this is where you have to make an investment of a large sum of money. So if you'd like more details on all of these visas, the requirements, the thresholds, and all the information that you need to know about applying, please check out my digital book, I'm Outta Here, An American's Ultimate Visa Guide to Living in Europe, where I go over the 18 easiest countries in Europe to move to based on viable visa options. So you'll find Greece plus 17 other countries and find over 50 viable visa options. All right, the next question I get is, what is the cost of living in Greece? So the overall cost of living in Greece is pretty affordable, especially if you're coming for the US. So just to give you an idea, an average family can live comfortably on about 2,500 euros a month. The average price of housing is going to be anywhere from 500 euros to about 1,000 euros a month. But of course, this is always dependent on where you're living, if you're living in a bigger city, in a rural area, or trying to live in a beach town. Eating out, entertainment, transportation are all very affordable, but where you're probably going to feel the biggest hit is going to be with your utilities. So again, electricity in general is more expensive in Europe than in the US, and especially now with the prices and how they've skyrocketed. So you will definitely be feeling that difference. All right, the next question is about health insurance in Greece. So let's talk about it. So public health care is not that accessible for foreigners or expats. So that means you're going to most likely have to get a private plan before you move to Greece. But no need to fear, because private health care in Greece is so much more affordable than that in the US. I mean, there are plans that start as low as 45 euros a month. So the next question is, what are the best places to live in Greece? So you may be familiar with the islands of Mykonos and Santorini, but just know there is so much more to Greece than the islands. And the first city is Athens. For urban dwellers, this is your city. Athens is a bustling city that just spreads out and has so many unique different neighborhoods. It's a city with endless history. If you want to feel the energy of the city, you can live in the center, or you can move to one of the northern suburbs or neighborhoods for a more greener part of Athens, or move more south to have proximity to the beaches. It's a fun, energetic, affordable, and gritty city that will leave you with endless things to do. For history buffs that are looking for a smaller coastal city, why not check out Nafplio or the port town of Thessaloniki? If you're looking to slow it down quite a bit, why not check out the mountainous villages of Arachova or Delphi, sometimes pronounced Delphi. If you're big into the snow, snowboarding, or skiing, this is a great place for you to call home. Next is living in Greece. What are the pros and cons? So there are tons of things that make Greece charming. Its history, strong culture, laid-back lifestyle, but that can also be a point of frustration, right? Especially if you're coming from a culture like the US and what you're used to. So I want to talk about the pros and cons. And let's start with the pros of living in Greece as a US citizen. So the top one is the proximity to natural landscapes. You have the beaches, the mountains, and islands that are close as an hour's drive or boat ride from Athens itself. Another pro is that so many people, especially those under 50, have a conversational level of English. When I was in Athens, I was so surprised as to how many young people spoke a high level of English compared to what I'm used to here in Spain. So of course, we always encourage anyone who's moving abroad to learn the local language. But for a native English speaker, learning Greece to a high level may be a little bit difficult and take some time. So until you get to that level, it is nice just to be able to know that you can communicate in your native tongue if you have to. And who doesn't love that balanced approach to life, to really slow down and enjoy the things that we often rush through back in the US? Everything from having a cup of coffee, eating lunch, and even just spending time with family and friends. Another pro is the relatively low cost of living, especially if you're coming with your US dollars. And last but not least is Greece's family-friendly culture that's really accommodating to children. So it's a great place to move if you have little ones. All right, let's get into some of the cons of living in Greece as a US citizen. So as with many of the Mediterranean countries, there is an underlying culture of bureaucracy that can make things take a lot longer than they need to. So in line with that more laid-back lifestyle here in the Mediterranean, timelines and deadlines can be a bit more flexible in Greece than what you're used to in the US. So it's not uncommon that something that may have had a hard deadline might get delayed by a few days. Summertime destinations like the islands and the coastal towns really slow down in the off-season. So that is between October and April. So just keep that in mind if you're looking to move there. It may feel a little bit like a ghost town during that season. But it's also important to keep in mind that most jobs are based in Athens. So if you're looking to escape the hustle and bustle, you probably won't be finding that in Greece's capital city. It was actually kind of hard to come up with the cons list of living in Greece. As you can see, it's such an incredible place to live, especially if you're looking for a slower pace of life. All right, well, that is it. I hope you found this video useful. And if you have any questions, let me know. And as always, if you need more resources to help you with your move abroad, please check out my digital book, I'm Outta Here, An American's Ultimate Visa Guide to Living in Europe, where I go over the 18 easiest countries to move to in Europe based on viable visa options. You'll find over 50 viable visa options in there for you. If you need more help with your move abroad and would like to work with me, please check the links below. I'll drop all the ways that we can work together. And if you're a woman age 30 and over, please join my free Facebook group called She Hit Refresh, where you can meet over 10,000 like-minded women and you'll find tons of inspiration, information, and support to help you with your move abroad. And last but not least, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a like, subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications so that you don't miss out on any future move abroad content.